All right, welcome to episode 83 of Adventures in Inbetweening. Today we are looking at Star Wars, The Clone Wars 2D, Genndy Tartakovsky's version from almost 20 years ago. Some wonderful Mace Windu stuff, lots of stuff to look through here. Epic stuff. All right, so much to get through. So first of all, let's look at the Separatist droid design here. You see, compared to the 3D version, it's pretty much the same design, very similar silhouette, very strong and blocky, big shoulders. Here, it's aiming down at Mace Windu. Mace Windu is going to come in really fast. Now, all the way through this video, you're going to hear me talking about straights versus curves, straights versus curves. Such effective use of it here. So here the elbow's coming in, blocking the droid's arm, turning. Look at that wonderful curve on the arm there. Boom, that arm goes to a straight. And when I talk about straight, it's not like a ruler straight line. It's the difference between a curve and a mostly straight line. It's the contrast that we're talking about here. So a punch goes through, impacts the robot, clear silhouette on the screen left hand there, boom. Comes forward so fast, maximum contrast. Wonderful designs in the robot damage there. We'll see that a few times throughout. Again, look at that straight line versus the curves in the bottom. Holding that pose. A lot of holding the pose and just getting into a moving hold. Really just selling the strength of these poses. And once you get into that wonderful pose, we don't need to animate it very much. Look at the hands here. Wonderful silhouette. Abrupt camera moving over here. Eye direction, terrific. Again with the hands. Revealing the robot over there. Here comes the elbow leading, simplifying the hands. Boom. Hands snap over to screen left. Immediate impact on the droids being thrown away. Instantly going 100 miles an hour. Look at the terrific silhouettes. All varied designs and all varied shapes in the silhouettes. Are all the same design of a robot. Hit a great pose. Keep it there. Boom. Settle, 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 settle. Hands, or head turning here. Hands trailing. Shapes evolving. As we're moving around, fast pan back, and just as we're panning back, we see that hand, catch the hand, follow through the momentum, keep the hand moving, skipping, look at that terrific curve on the back with the straights of the shoulder, get the arm up, straights, and then look what happens with the back here. It goes to this terrific curve. Oh, so good. And then we're spinning around, get the head in front of the arms there, fast, get that robot in, that droid. Changing places. So a lot of times like, oh, here's Mace Windu and the droid. And then we're going to switch over here. Here's Mace Windu and the droid. Just constantly setting up interesting compositions and lots of change there. Now, I realize here that my graphics card, I think, dropped a few frames when I was capturing this from DVD. So I'm missing a few of these drawings because I'm pretty sure this was a 4-frame cycle with a punch every 2 frames. But you can see it's skipping a few frames there. So much quick punching, just super effective. Now we cut to here. The robots are coming right towards us, covering up the camera, wiping the screen, leaving us feeling overwhelmed. There's Mace mid-action. Feels like, and the droid that's coming up there is the droid it feels like it's the same droid that just wiped the camera. Boom, flat hand strike. Now, all this time when Mace is punching these metal droids, we're thinking, how is his hands not getting hurt? The idea would be that he's got a bit of the force around his hand, and that's going to carry through later on. Boom, again, wonderful straight for contrast here. Look at the damage design. Such terrific. It's not just a big, it's got all those Star Wars shapes in it. And look how close that fist is coming over there. As soon as a silhouette is almost overlapping, that's when it feels the most dangerous. If we've got overlap, it doesn't feel, it's like, oh, okay, it already hit, or it's not as dangerous, but when you can keep it clear like that. Here's another wonderful straight line as this arm goes and punches. Terrific designs on the damage. That droid goes out. Another droid's coming in. New angle. More of the same, now with different shapes. So it's similar action, but now we're going to be able to set up this sense of, oh, here's just the top of Mace Windu's head. Droid comes in, punched out. Droid comes in, punched out. Straights versus curves. That one goes out. Another one comes in at the bottom here. Mace Windu's turning around. Look at that wonderful arm dragging there, and all the fabric pivoting on the foot, keeping it all very believable. Silhouette overlapping there, grabbing, leading with the shoulder. Here comes shoulder first. Boom, major shape change. Snappy, snappy, following through. Out goes that droid. In's going to come in another one. Again, rotating, trailing those shapes. And here, look at the silhouettes in this. This storyboard just solves so many problems here. It's already there. Everything's so clear in the boards. It's almost perfectly, exactly followed through in the animation. And then the contrast here, this is just all about that leg coming into the screen. And look at that, and again, once you hit that pose, boo, you just want that debris to go nice and slow and allow everyone to read it. You don't want to have that fly off the screen. Again, 4-frame cycle here, just all about the arms. And look at this, and this is how, so Mace and the droid were there. Next shot, Mace and the droid are over there. Look at this here. Now, Mace's face is never hidden this entire time. It's on one side of the droid, and then it's revealed on the other side. Holding that pose, just letting everything play out. Now, he's completely obscured by dust in this shot here. Big antic down. Look at that wonderful silhouette and the shape there. Boom. Force wind tunnel. So this is where, basically throughout this entire sequence, his force powers just keep going up and up and up and up and elevating. So now he can push away all this dust with the force. Now it's going to push away the dust first, and then boom, it's going to hit the robots. He can affect them more and more. The smoke is going outwards in his wonderful shape, and that's contrasting with all the droids going away from us. Now here again, just pushing it. It's like, oh, okay, we got 8 droids here. Wow, they're all shooting. Here comes Mace Windu in. Hand up. Hand up. Beautiful silhouette for contrast. That hand, you see, it's just moving a little bit there. Boom. Goes to a fist. Okay, the hand goes to a fist. Boom. On the same frame, all 8 droids' heads explode. All the debris is going up. All their legs are in different shapes. Very subtle once we get back to the, once we hit that pose. Now his arm is going to go over again. Clear silhouette. Movement of the arm. That's forcing all the droids off to screen right there. And then once he hits that pose, nice and slow. Just let it read. We don't need to keep moving, moving, moving. Just hit that wonderful pose. And here, look at the organic curves on Mace Windu versus the straights on the droid. Panning over, Mace gains in the pan, deflecting the arm. Now he's got this quick shape change here. You can see that he's still got that hand defensively on the droid's arm there. Coming in, look at that great arm shape. Here comes the elbow leading that hand across. Now he's going to extend his arm. Wonderful straight there. Now we have the silhouettes overlapping there. I'm like, oh, why is, you know, it kind of feels like he missed or he's not touching. And it's like, no, we keep panning and we show the droid exploding over the screen right there. New angle, same action continuing. Spinning around. He's going to, again, trailing all of the fabric there. Now he puts his hand up and then we cut to the next shot. We're going to see that same hand go up again so that we can see it clearly in this shot. We don't want to cut there and then the hand's already up. That's not as interesting. Again, all the debris, extreme antic here, boom. Hand out, but we don't see until the next frame. Then we see everything going on. And again, this is like that dust. It's the same shapes, the same idea. And then all the damage is over the screen right there. Look, hey, it's another droid. We cut, and the first thing we see is a droid. So that gives us, again, this sense of, oh, look, Mace can come into the shot. Straight hand, look at the damage. Destruction starts from the center, moves outwards, boom. There goes all the pieces. And you can see that these droids, the way they were built, there's a lot of similar pieces inside of all of them. Now we got cut to Mace Windu here. Tight and prepared, starts out, get that hand in front, turning, facing, hey, look, it's another droid. Oh, the droid's going to fire. This is dangerous. No, it's not. 40 or 50 pieces here. I'm just guessing. It might be 60. Poof. Everything flies out. And then we get the secondary collapse and explosion. And again, it's got this little skeletal structure underneath. It's almost cute. Everything comes down. Mace starts to do his next move. Sweeps his hand in perspective. And like, oh, so what's going there? So we pan with the sweep. All the debris goes over. We've got all these droids over here, and you can see we've got the design in the top right there from the effects department, I'm guessing. and starts all this debris starts hitting these droids one at a time. The one in the foreground gets affected last, so that we can see all the small, 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 and then bigger, bigger, bigger. Leading our eye, independent explosions. Once we get the explosions, it doesn't even need to make too much sense how the explosions work. It's just the result. Effects concepts in the top right there. So the whole idea here is we get this dust coming along. Droids are all going to be blown off, but Mace is unaffected. And it's like, oh, why is that? It's just suggested here that he's creating this dome, this force dome around him. And the dust is showing it all. We don't see it. There's no distortion on the air or anything like that. It's all just the effect of the air around him. It's such a subtle thing, and they added that second little piece of dust, I think, just to really sell it. Look at these pieces hanging on there, and Mace doesn't need to move for any of that. He's just anticipate down, whoosh off to screen right. We've got one last effects design here at the top right. Dust trail coming up. There it is, almost exactly matching that effects design. Beautiful stuff. So much. There's just, I mean, I could pick almost any episode from all of this. This was from season 2, very short seasons, just 3-minute episodes, I think, the first couple seasons, and yeah, I recommend it if you haven't seen it. And thanks for checking it out. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time. Take care.